Here we go. Let me make sure we got sound going. Yes, we got sound going. I feel like if I see the light, I know that it's working constantly, you know. Let me go here. I apologize about that earlier. That was a little craziness. Like, why do people walk past the trash when they know it needs to go outside? Like, something as simple as that. I don't care if you live here or not. It's just a common courtesy as a man or young man or whatever. Like, pick up the fucking trash and take it out. Sorry. I know. Some people are just built differently. That's it. I'm realizing. But I see that. Let me see. All right, so we got some stuff planned today. I'm just try to keep myself focused on the goal at hand, because I know I should be up here doing what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got time to be playing around. I was trying to send a little message to people, but the computer is acting weird. The phone is acting weird. I'm on an Android, and okay, wait, maybe it's that. Let's see. Oh, that is better. Hey! I don't know what's going on over here. It's just slow. All right, but let me stay focused because we got stuff to do, and we got a whole hour, half an hour. I'm back. Sheesh, that was a time was had real quick. But I'm just checking, just making sure our levels are good over on YT. I hope everybody is having a great morning. This morning kind of a little crazy, but we got it. We got everything back in action. So I hope you are good. So we've already read our daily devotion this morning, and it just talked about knowing the difference between sex and love, and you got to recognize that there are two different things. And it said, what was our I guess our affirmation for, that's one of the this is their affirmation for this book. I don't know if it's our affirmation or your affirmation. You might have another affirmation for today, but it says, today I'm devoted to expressing the love of my soul in sexual and non-sexual ways. So I don't know if I want to be too, but I could do the non. I could do the non. So, you know, today we do our morning. It's kind of threw me off this morning trying to get things back in action, because just, hey, American and Fresh. It just is a little off. So we are just slowly, probably need a little 1 minute meditation to kind of like bring things back. So let's just breathe for a second wherever you are right now. We're going to do just one full box square breathing to just release the air. Hold it for 4 seconds. And we're just going to do it all the way around in a circle. I mean, in a square. So one corner to the next. So hold it for 4 seconds. So we inhale for 4, exhale for 4. So I just needed to just release that energy, because I felt like I was all over the place, and I was prepared this morning. I've been down at my computer since about, I think, like 10. Yeah, about 10, getting things together, getting things set up. So yeah, I'm here. So let's see, our daily affirmation for today, is, my success is built on daily disciplined action. My success is built on daily disciplined action. I'm trying to touch my face and see. Thank you for liking the live. Sheila, you are here with me. I was trying to send it out because I know it was a few of us in here earlier, and I know she's probably, I'm gonna send it out. I'm just send it out. But normally I could like tap on my face and it would like pop up, and it's not doing it today. Let me see if I pop it up. All right, forget it. I give up because we doing two things at one time. So let's get, oh, here it goes. Look, somebody was sending me an invite. All right, there it goes. I sent it out to everybody. So today's affirmation is: my success is built on daily disciplined action, whatever that looks like for you. All right, so I don't know, it's telling me to put my headphones on. I don't know. But I'm going to also check and see if we can pull up Tickfinity, because we were having an issue earlier. And no, sorry. But here we go. Let's get started. We're going to read our chapter for today. It's chapter 10. And this is, let's see, it's a short chapter, just about 2 pages. So, if you are new here, I am Mecca Joy. I am the owner of Mecca Joy Consulting, where I help entrepreneurs increase their online visibility as well as increase their income online. All right, so here we go. We're reading Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. 21 great ways to stop procrastinating and get more done in less time. So no matter where you are in life, if you're trying to get things done, it could be get things done in your house. It could be get organized in your house, get organized in your business, whatever it is. I feel like sometimes just having some tools, it don't mean that this is going to be one. This could lead you to something that helps you with it. But I think that reading is fundamental, and it just helps. And we like to read over here. Helps us with our brain. It helps us with our vocabulary. It just helps. Hey, Kendra. So again, we're reading Eat That Frog. So if you don't have the book, you can get it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. But if you click the link in my bio, is there, and I get a little commission from that. All right. So it says, take it one oil barrel at a time. Persons with comparatively moderate powers will accomplish much if they apply themselves wholly and indefatigably to one thing at a time. I don't know if I said that word right. I think we need to check it out, but we'll come back to it. It looks like, I don't know, y'all. I'm sorry. I am the one who, if I don't know a word, I have to see it. I have to read it, get it into, I gotta get. So it says in that, I don't even know. Okay, hold on. I think I found it. This is the word. Let's hear it. I hope y'all don't mind me doing this, because I be needing to know what the word is spelled. Hey, what it says. Where does it sound on my computer at? Lord have mercy. Oh, it's all the way down. No wonder we can't hear nothing.
Indefatigable.
Oh, I said that all the way wrong. Thank you, Hebe. Indefatigably. What? It says persisting tirelessly. Okay, so it says, let's read that again. Persons with comparatively moderate powers will accomplish much if they apply themselves wholly and indefatigably to one thing at a time. So emphatically means persisting tirelessly.
Indefatigable.
Indefatigable. That's the word, but this was indefatigably. Okay. There is an old saying that by the yard is hard, but by an inch anything's a cinch. And y'all know my favorite is, oh, I don't have it up here, but y'all know my favorite quote by Les Brown is, you can live a hard life, you can do what's easy and live a hard life, or you can do what's hard and live an easy life. And so I feel like by the yard, it's all the same to me, right? It says one of the best ways to overcome procrastination is for you to get your mind off the huge task in front of you and focus on a single action that you can take. One of the best ways to eat a large frog is for you to take it one bite at a time. Lao Tzu wrote, "A journey of 1,000 leagues begins with a single step." This is a great strategy for overcoming procrastination and getting more things done faster. Crossing a great desert. Many years ago, driving an old Land Rover, I crossed the heart of the Sahara Desert and the Tanzarofte, deep in the modern-day Algeria. By that time, the desert had been abandoned by the French for years, and the original refueling stations were empty and shuttered. Okay, it was empty and shuttered. The desert was 500 miles across in a single stretch, without water, food, a blade of grass, or even a fly. Can you imagine? No flies nowhere? That's crazy, and probably hot as hell. Flies like, yeah, we're gonna go over here in the cold, go mess with Mecca and them. It says, or even a fly. It was totally flat, like a board, yellow in the sand parking lot that stretched to the horizon of stretched to the horizon in all directions. Y'all, well, I can't read today. I'm sorry. More than 1,300 people had perished in the crossing of that stretch of the Sahara in previous years. Often, drifting sands had obliterated the track across the desert, and the travelers had gotten lost in the night, never to be found again alive. That's crazy. To counter the lack of features in the terrain, the French had marked the track with black 50-gallon oil drums every 5 kilometers, which was exactly the distance to the horizon, formed by the curvature of the earth. Because of this, in the daytime, we could always see 2 oil barrels, the one we had just passed and the one 5 kilometers ahead of it. And that was exactly what we needed to stay on course. All we had to do was to steer for the next oil barrel. As a result, we were able to cross the biggest desert in the world by simply taking it 1 oil barrel at a time. It's still freezing. This is, I'm sorry, y'all. Let me see. Oh, you know what? Let me see. Hold up. Okay, hold up, y'all. Here we go. We should be okay now. We should be okay now. Y'all should be okay now. Sorry. I don't know what is going on. Y'all should be okay. Let me know. We should be okay. No more freezing, y'all. All right. Here we go. We'll come back to it. It says, because of this, in the daytime, we could always see 2 oil barrels. Okay, we got that one. All we had to do was steer for the next oil barrel. As a result, we were able to cross the biggest desert in the world by simply taking it 1 barrel at a time. Take it 1 step at a time. In the same way, you can accomplish the biggest task in your life by disciplining yourself to take it just 1 step at a time. Your job is to go as far as you can see. You will then be able to see far enough to go further. To accomplish a great task, you must step out in faith and have complete confidence that your next step will soon become clear to you. Remember this wonderful advice: leap and the net will appear. So y'all know he says to accomplish a great task, you must step out in faith and have complete confidence. So I also feel like in that we also have to step out in faith, right? And you have courage. And while you're doing it, you got to have complete confidence in your ability to get the job done. Because I feel like, yes, you have faith and you got to have all of it. Faith, courage, confidence. You got to just get it done, you know? A great life or a great career is built by performing 1 task at a time, quickly and well, and then going on to the next task. Financial independence is achieved by saving a little money, every single month, year after year. Health and fitness are accomplished by just eating a little less and exercising a little more, like we about to do when we get off of here. Day after day and month after month. You can overcome procrastination and accomplish extraordinary things by taking just the first step, getting started toward your goal, and then taking it one step, one barrel at a time. Y'all, one barrel at a time. It says eat that frog. So here's some tasks that we could do to help us move forward in this week and in our goals, right? So it says select any goal, task, project in your life on which you have been procrastinating, and make a list of all the steps you will need to take to eventually complete the task. So that's number one. So you're going to figure out whatever it is that you're having a hard time in. If you're having a hard time writing your book, if you're having a hard time writing getting your business started, if you're having a hard time just doing whatever it is that you need to do, right? You want to write it down and think about all the tasks you need to do. And sometimes I think what can stop us from, one thing that can help, I believe, with procrastinating is not only writing down all the things you need to have in the task, but knowing, because how are you going to write down all the stuff if you don't even know the steps that you need to take to get it done? And the good thing is you got chat. So now you can go in chat and say, hey, chat, how can I do this? Give me the step by step to do this. And, you might have to go in there and add a couple in there. You know what I mean? Thank you. You might have to go in there, add a couple in there. But for the most part, you can go in there and say, you know what? I'm going to get this started. And chat's going to help me get it started. Because at the end of the day, we can either sit here and be like questioning, like, well, how? And well, I don't know. And I got to wait till I get this coach. And I got to wait till I get that coach. And I got to do, and I can't because I can't. No more excuses. No more excuses. We are getting it done. I don't know why they want me to come on. Somebody keeps sending me a thing to come on to their live. But that is our chapter 10. Let's see what. I don't know. Let's read chapter 11. Since we're here, let's read it, right? Because we trying to get this book done so we can move on to the next. I don't know what I want us to be done before March for this book, because we need us to have another book for March. I don't know what it is, but I actually do. I think this is what we're going to read for March. And let me know what you think. I think this is what we're going to read for March. I think this is going to be our book for March. All right. I read this book and I really like this book. Well, I didn't finish it, but I think I love this book. And I like his podcast, right? So it's The Diary of a CEO. So just heads up, that's going to be our book for next month. So if you don't have it, I'll make sure that it's in the link. I'll put it in our Amazon link and make sure you do have it, because that's our next book. Oh my goodness, why are they keep popping up? They want me to come, or they just keep hitting that button for people to come on their live. All right, but we're going to read chapter 10. We're going to read chapter 11 since you're here with me. Let's go ahead and read it, right? It says, upgrade your key skills. The only certain means of success is to render more and better service than expected of you, no matter what your task may be. Upgrading and that's from OG Mandino, okay? Upgrading your skills is one of the most important personal productivity principles of all. Learn what you need to learn so that you can do your work in an excellent fashion. The better you become at eating a particular type of frog, remember, we got that big, hairy, ugly, we got the big frogs, right? The more likely you are to just plunge in and get it done. A major reason for procrastination is feeling of inadequacy, a lack of confidence, or an inability in a key area of a task. Feeling weak or deficient in a single area is enough to discourage you from starting the job at all. Continually upgrade your skills in your key result areas. Hold on, y'all. Somebody's hitting me again. Continually upgrade your skills in your key result areas. Remember, however good you are today, your knowledge and skills are becoming obsolete at a rapid rate. So it's like, just because you knew it yesterday doesn't mean that you don't need to skip learning or innovating or doing the things that is going to help you become better at that, or whatever that may be. What's up, Chicago John? Happy belated birthday. All right, so here it says, oh, wait, what happened? Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. Never stop learning. One of the most helpful of all time management techniques is for you to get better at your key task. Right? Personal and professional improvement is one of the best time savers there is. The better you are at a key task, the more motivated you are to launch into it. Just meaning, like, you might just need a little bit more Canva class, or you might need a little bit more, so, and I totally believe that. I feel like I'm always trying to watch a video or take a class to better myself as a web designer, as a graphic designer, because I see these young girls out here, I'll be like, yo, it's doing a damn thing. And it's exciting because it does let me know I got to stay on my toes so that I can be good at what I do, right? All right, here it goes. It says personal and professional improvement is one of the best time savers. Best time savers there is. The better you are at a key task, the more motivated you are to launch into it. The better you are, the more energy and enthusiasm you have. When you know that you can do a job well, you find it easier to overcome procrastination and get the job done faster and better than under any other circumstances. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Yes, we need another Canva class. I'm definitely gonna put that together. I think I'm gonna do like a free one and just do it live on maybe TikTok Studio or something, because I feel like y'all need it too. The better you are, the more. Okay, here we go. One piece of information or one additional skill can make an enormous difference in your ability to do the job well. Identify the most important things you do and then make a plan to continually upgrade your skills in those areas. I think my sound was being picked up by my headphones, so I'm sorry about that. Rule: continuous learning is the minimum requirement for success in any field. You hear that? It says minimum requirement. Just keep learning. That's it. Refuse to allow a weakness or lack of ability in any area to hold you back. Everything is learnable. You hear that? Everything is learnable. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't, or like, everything is learnable, right? And what others have learned, you can learn as well. When I began to write my first book, I was discouraged because I could use only the hunt and peck method of typing. I know y'all, do y'all know what the hunt and peck, that's like he probably felt like he was never going to get his book done, right? Here we go. Let me come back up here for the camera. Here we go. There we go. That's crazy. It's that I soon realized that I had to learn to touch type if I was ever going to write and rewrite a 300-page book. So I brought a touch typing program for my computer and practiced for 20 to 30 minutes every day for 3 months. Let me tell y'all, I don't know if y'all know about Mavis Beacon typing, right? But Mavis Beacon typing has helped me get many of receptionist, administrative assistant, executive assistant positions because I knew how to type 40 plus words a minute. So I'm just saying that was one of my favorite things to do, was sit and do those little typing things. And sometimes, I'll be honest, I like to do it still. So because I like to be able to type fast. I hate having to do the peck and find type of typing, right? So it says, by the end of that time, I was typing 40 to 50 words per minute. With this additional skill, I have been able to write more than 75 books that have now been published all over the world. What? So if you are interested in writing a book and you don't want to hire a ghostwriter, and you're like, well, I don't know how to type, I definitely suggest get you Mavis Beacon. I'm sure you can probably Google it and find Mavis Beacon program or some typing program. Hey, Insightful, you can definitely find that to help you with increasing your typing skills so that you can write your book. I believe that's a great thing to skill to have. I mean, I don't feel like typing's going anywhere. I guess you could, talk to type. There's always you could do it, but if you want to type it and get in the movement of things, you can definitely try out Mavis Beacon so you can improve your typing skills. All right, again, just if you're just jumping in, we are reading Eat That Frog, hey, and we are on chapter 11. We going over a little bit today so that we can get this done. Next month, March, we're going to be reading The Diary of a CEO. So just in case you are just jumping in and you're like, you know what, Mecca, I want to read it, but I hear, hey, good morning or good afternoon now. So just to keep me posted. So refuse to allow here it goes. Sorry. When I began, there we go. Sorry, got lost for a second. Sorry. It says the best news is that you can learn whatever skills you need to be more productive and more effective. You can become a touch typist if necessary. You can become proficient with a computer. You could become a terrific negotiator or super salesperson. You can learn to speak in public. You can learn to write efficiently and effectively and well. These are all skills you can acquire as soon as you decide to and make them a priority. So y'all know that, well, I don't know if y'all do know, but one thing that a goal that I'm working on is I am going to learn Spanish. With being in Puerto Rico recently just yesterday I was in Delaware and me and my niece and my daughter went to, after our hike, we went and we were going it was like a Mexican ice cream parlor, and so we went in there and I thought somebody was going to speak Spanish, but somebody was going to speak English. Nobody spoke English. And being in Puerto Rico and then just having that experience yesterday, like, I want to be able to communicate with people. And if it's just as little as, walking in and saying, hola, ¿cómo estás? And I want to know, how do I say, the one thing I realized yesterday, I want to be, hi, can I order, boom, boom, boom. I want to be able to say that in Spanish so that I can communicate effectively, right? Especially if I'm trying to order my food. At least I should be able to communicate when I'm trying to order my food, like, because I like to eat. I like to eat, and I felt so like, damn. So that is one of my goals this year, is to learn Spanish. So if anybody else is learning Spanish, or Spanish and French are my two that I really, really want to learn. So if y'all are interested and we could practice together, because I need to be able to talk to somebody to practice, and yeah. So, all right, so we get back to it. So, if y'all interested, let's learn together, right? It says 3 steps to mastery. First, read in your field for at least 1 hour every day. Get up a little earlier in the morning and read for 30 to 60 minutes in a book or magazine that contains information that can help you be more effective and productive at what you do. This is exactly why we're reading this book, and this is exactly why we do the Google Alerts with Mecca, because anybody who's here is an entrepreneur or they're thinking about becoming an entrepreneur. I work in design, I build websites, I do photography, so anything that we're talking about is going to be relevant to my industry, but it's 9 times out of 10 is relevant to your industry too. So even if you're not a photographer, you want to make sure that you got quality images for your business or whatever, right? So second, take every course and seminar available on the key skills that can help you. Attend the conventions and business meetings of your profession or occupation. Go to the sessions and workshops. Sit up front and take notes. That's my favorite thing to do when I go to an event, is sit up front. Because not only do I want to sit up front because I want to learn, but I also want to sit up front because when this is over, I want to talk to whoever's up front, or at least I want to shake their hand, right? Purchase the audio recordings of the programs. Dedicate yourself to becoming one of the most knowledgeable and competent people in your field. Third, listen to audio programs in your car. Who's that? Hey, Stormy. I'm sorry. Can you not hear me? Sorry if you can't hear me. Third, listen to audio programs in your car. That's one of my favorite things to do. The average car owner sits behind the wheel 500 to 1,000 hours each year while driving from place to place. I ain't gonna lie, I'm coming from driving from Georgia to Delaware, which is 12 hours, right? I've read many audiobooks. But I also like to be able to feel these too, so I like audiobooks, but I definitely love to feel the book too. It says, turn driving time into learning time. You can become one of the smartest, most capable, and highest paid people in your field simply by listening to educational audio programs as you drive from place to place. The more you learn and know, the more confident and motivated you feel. The better you become, the more capable you will be of doing even more in your field. The more you learn, the more you can learn. The more you learn, the more you can learn. Sorry, y'all. Just as you can build your physical muscles through physical exercises, you can build your mental muscles with mental exercises. And there is no limit to how far or how fast you can advance except for the limits you place on your own imagination. Eat that frog, y'all. How did y'all like that so far? Like, at the end of the day, I feel like we just got to, thanks for coming back, I feel like at the end of the day, no matter what, thanks for liking the live, Stormy. I think that we have to execute. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no matter how many lists we write down, how many things we say that we got to do, how many goals we sit up here and say we need to do and achieve and all of that stuff, at the end of the day, we have to execute. And I realized that yesterday I was talking to a friend of mine, right? Because, I'm on this YouTube journey and building my business and I feel like, being part of this this new entrepreneurship, right? Is you used to be able to just start your business, do your work, and just go about your business, and you talk about your services and all of that stuff, right? But now it's like you got to be a content creator, you got to market. And yes, granted, you could definitely hire people to post on social media and do all of this stuff for you. Oh yeah, good. Well, I'm gonna call her and say we need to speak Spanish. Sorry, I got sidetracked. I'm trying to pay attention to the comments more. I was told that I don't pay attention to comments, so I'm trying to make sure. Hey, Miss Drea. So being paying attention to what you are. I got sidetracked, y'all, all the way sidetracked. I'm coming back to it. So we were just finishing up Eat That Frog, chapter 11, and execution. No matter what, we got to execute. Oh, that's what I was saying. I was talking to a friend this weekend, right? And I was telling them that I put out some YouTube videos that quality wasn't that great, but I feel like they were good topics to talk. So I got some views, right? So I was telling them, I was like, I knew I was going to get some bad comments, but I didn't realize how the comments would affect me, right? So it's like, you want to do good, right? So I said, all right, I'm paying attention to the comments, right? Because they're telling me my sound is messed up. The quality of the video was messed up. So now I figured out, well, okay, how to get clear camera. I didn't have to buy any new equipment. The funny thing is, everything I already had in my house, I just wasn't using it properly. So I did some research. I educated myself on how to get it done, because I've been asking people, and I've even offered to pay people, and it's just not, it wasn't happening the way I wanted. So I had to figure it out. Thank goodness for chat, because chat helped too. Thanks for liking the live. Chat helped too. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, is no matter how many goals you write down, no matter how many things you say you want to do, if you're not executing, it's just something that you wrote. It's just words on paper at the end of the day, right? So we're finishing up chapter 10. We're going to look at the Eat That Frog. What are some of the things that we need to do in this chapter to help better our lives, right? So one, it says, identify the key skills that can help you with the most to achieve better and faster results. Determine the core competencies. What are some things that you need to learn that you will need to have in the future to learn to lead your field? So for example, for me, for web design, like I need to learn SEO. I need to learn how to better copy, to make sure the copyright is right for my clients' websites. Now, I might not technically be a copywriter, but I want to at least be up on what are some things that are good for my clients to have on their websites. What are some good copy? What are the trends? What are the not the trends? What are bad things? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So it says, whatever they are, set a goal, make a plan, and begin developing and increasing your ability in those areas. Don't just talk about it. You got to be about it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to become a YouTuber, if you want to become a content creator, you got to learn how to create content. I don't know how many times recently I'm working with somebody and they were paying someone to do their thumbnails for YouTube, right? So I'm like, that's great if you can afford it, right? But in the event that you can't, I don't want you to be like, oh my God, Mecca, I can't create my thumbnails, so I'm not doing my YouTube videos. Or I'm not doing my YouTube channel. No, guess what? You might have to watch some YouTube videos until you figure it out. Or you might have to take a couple classes. I've taken people's Canva classes, even when I know how to use Canva. Not saying that their class was better, and I want to learn. So sometimes I link in with the people who create dope designs. So I want to come over and learn from them. I'll take Canva classes. I go into Canva and learn. You know what I mean? So it's like sometimes you just have to take that extra step to say, you know what? I'm going to figure it out. And yes, it's taken me a long time to figure it out. But guess what? This YouTube channel is about to be popping. It's about to be popping. Yes. Yep. And this is what I've learned, right? I don't like, you know how you work with a coach, right? And they'll be like, oh, you need to look at these workbooks and read these videos. I don't learn like that. And I don't want to hire coaches like, watch these videos and do it. Like, no. Because now I done wasted an hour of my time, 2 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours of watching these videos. And then what? I need step by step. You got to tell me, all right, Mecca, this is what we're doing. Hey, boom, 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 boom. So that I can go out and execute. Because just watching a video and looking in a workbook and writing some shit down, for me, it's not the way it helps me. We got to go out here and execute some stuff. And then that's going to help me, because now I'm not scared anymore. You know what I mean? I'm actually doing it. So when I work with some of my clients, like with website design, right? I'm like, I want to jump on a Zoom call and I want us to do this. I want you to touch. I want you to move your mouth, because at the end of the day, you know, some people need videos, right? So I provide the videos, but I also provide the one-on-one, because I know some people learn by actually physically touching the stuff and doing it. And then I provide you with 60 days monthly support. You got a button you can go click and tap and book an appointment when you need some help, like, or you got my number, you know what I mean? So I always never want a client to feel like, oh my God, I got to do it on my own. I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So I want to continue to educate myself, but I want to be able to educate them as well, so that they are able to do what they need to do in their business and be the very best at it, you know, or at least be able to say, you know what, I could do this much when I'm laying in my bed, 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't gotta wait up for Mecca. I can go ahead and get it done, or I can wait for Mecca. And but when you have choices, that's amazing. You know what I mean? When you have choices, it's amazing, because then you can say, you know what, I can do it, but I'm going to go hire Fiverr, or I'm going to go hire Mecca, or I'm going to go hire this whatever. You can go say, I'm going to do this, so why I can focus on this. And I think having a choice and being able to make that choice and not be sitting there stuck because you're like, oh my God, I can't do it, because no, I'm going to learn it and I'm going to figure it out. And no matter how long it takes. I think what I've been doing is trying to figure out this camera and the sound and all this stuff for a long ass time. And I think it's like I stop and I figure it out, and then I stop, and then I'll be like, oh no. But now I'm in a different space where I'm just like, okay, I can do this. I'm no longer scared. I feel like I have the courage to go out here and do it. And then it's just, now it's like, okay, so this is what I was trying to say earlier, right? So I was talking to a friend who's just hit over 200,000 subscribers on YouTube, right? So we're so excited about them hitting that. And I was telling them, I was like, yeah, man, I was like, I know I put that video up, the sound was messed up, and this happened and this happened. And he was like, I was like, yo, I haven't put up a video since. I was like, I just been trying to fix it, you know, and not necessarily scared of what somebody else is going to say, because, you know, it is what it is. People going to have their comments, and I'm just going to try to politely comment back, because at the end of the day, it's engagement, and it's engagement, like, and it's a human or a bot on the other end. I don't know, but guess what? I'm not going to let a person's comments stop me from doing what I got to do. But he did and tell me, he said, man, I remember one time I got a negative comment, and it literally, hey, my day. Oh, he said it literally, thank you for the daily heart me. He said it literally stopped him from recording for 3 days. So it also made me realize, like, okay, it's okay. I'm human. Somebody saying, oh, Mecca, you messed up. I noticed this morning, I went on my meditation channel, and somebody said, is it mediation or is it meditation? Ha ha ha. Well, at least that's the way I read it, right? But it probably wasn't like that. They're just letting me know that I made a mistake on the graphic and I need to fix it, right? So I just politely said, thank you for your observation. Thank God for edit button, you know. So I went back, I fixed it, and I put it in. And I probably could have been a little nicer, but it was just like, damn, I fucked up. And so it wasn't really me. It wasn't their comment. And this is what he said to me. He said, the only time you get caught in your feelings about a comment is when the comment is true. And I said, yep. Because if it wasn't true, if it would have been spelled correctly, I wouldn't have had no feeling about it. It'd have just been like, oh, it was a comment. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you just have to, fight through those moments, you know? And I fixed it. I feel like this now it's like you got to pay attention to the small details, you know, make sure the words are spelled correctly, make sure the date is correctly, make sure the address that you want people to show up to your event is correct. before you send it out. Like, we would just have a checklist of everything that you should make sure is correct before you put it out, you know? But I also realize that it comes from rushing and, you know, just, and also having that mentality like, oh, it doesn't have to be perfect. Well, it don't have to be perfect, but it do need to be right, you know? So I think that, that's it's just like slow down just a tad bit. Let's bring it back. All right. So then it says number 2, develop a personal plan to prepare yourself to do your most important task in an excellent fashion. That's just like our list. I didn't even know this was going to say that, but that's just like having a list, a checklist of everything before you send out an email, before I post a video, before I go live. What are the things that I need to have in place to ensure that I'm able to do this in an excellent fashion? Like I said, I want to be able to come on this live and be able to go boom, 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 boom of all the different segments that we have, the Google alerts, the read the book, the devotional, us reading our affirmations. Everything is I would say everything is strategically put in place for us to work on our mindset and work on our business, learn something that's informative for us to know business wise, because we're entrepreneurs, you know. It says focus on those areas where you have special interests and that you most enjoy. This is a key to unlocking your personal potential. And I think that's so important for us, unlocking our personal potential. I know sometimes people be like, you know, you can't do everything. You can't, you know, they'll be like, you can't do everything. You know, focus on one thing. I feel like you can do things we talked about the other day in moderation. You know, you might want to paint, you know, so if you got paint supplies, paint. You know, you might say, you know, I'm gonna paint on Wednesdays for an hour or 2 hours. You just schedule it into your time. You know what I'm saying? If you decide that, oh, I want to learn how to do Canva, or I want to learn how to market myself better, you got to not just sit and wait for somebody to say, hey, I want to hire somebody and I'm going to hire them to do it. Like, if I want to grow my page, I'm going to grow my page, get it to a certain point, and then I might say, you know what, I'm going to bring somebody in to do it, because at the end of the day, I knew that I could grow it to this. Now I want to grow it to this, you know. So I think at the end of the day, it's just once we have those goals and we can do, I feel like we have to do some of the work, you know what I'm saying? Like, at least you get it started, and then you can say, you know what, I'll hire somebody else to do that. But I think as business owners, I think it's important, or just entrepreneurs career wise, I think it's important for you to know, like, you might hire a resume writer, right? But for your career, but then you might need to know, like, okay, these are the things that I should have in my resume. So the next time I could just put them in there. I don't technically have to hire, or, you know, literally have to hire someone. I've educated myself enough to know that these are the things that are in my career and I should have in my resume to better myself in my career. You know, I've worked with people, or I would say work with people in my career as an HR professional, and it's so many times people will be like, oh yeah, I've made $30,000-$40,000 all, and I've raised 5 kids on it, and I'm like, how? Like, but this 30-40 years, and that's, you just said, you know what, I'm just taking this salary and I've never had a raise or nothing. Like, what? So when I hear those things, I'm like, you know what? Okay, that's why it's important to know your field. Know that. I remember when I first started in HR, right? My goal was to make $60,000 a year. I didn't, you know, I grew up poor. Lack of vision, lack of all of that, right? And I remember one time I was doing payroll and I seen how much money people made. I was like, oh shit, what? And then I'm like, it's crazy, because I remember when, after this one job I worked, right? This is when I first got into HR, and I was just like, I wanted a career, because I like marketing, advertising. I tried to do advertising. I didn't get the job that I wanted, so I kind of got a little depressed, and I went down a rabbit hole, and I was like, I'm gonna just do something where I ain't got to deal with people, but I could also still do my business, right? So I started doing HR, and I remember mind you, I did HR and payroll, so I would have to see people's payroll and stuff. And I remember one job I was looking at, this young girl she was way younger than me, was making over 60. I think she was making like 75K, right? Then we had the recruiter. I think she was making like 90 something. Then we had like our general HR general. I think she was making 120. And then our director of HR, she was making like 190, right? Then another job I worked, our HR director was making 250. I was like, what? I had never in a million years, listen, some people might be like, Mecca, you should at least know you could. Listen, there was a period of time, $10 an hour was great. $20 an hour. I remember one period of time, I was like, if I make $20 an hour, I'm happy. What? So when I seen this, I was like, wow, I can make this much money in this career. Wow. Then when I came online and I seen people like, I don't know if y'all remember back a while ago, there was a young lady, her name was, I turned my Bluetooth off. I don't know why I keep picking it up. There was a young lady named the Six Figure Chick. And I remember one of my friends, because mind you, I was, doing my business, but it wasn't online. And she's like, Mac, she was like, why you not online? And I was like, online, because I was one of those people who did not like to be online. I didn't have Facebook, didn't have Instagram. I think I had Facebook, but I was just for family because I'm from Pittsburgh and, I want my family to see my kids and all that stuff and what I was doing. So I had a Facebook, but I wasn't using anything else. And so I think she ended up telling me, about Instagram and telling me about the Six Figure Chick. And then boom, I'm watching the Six Figure Chick and she was like, I'm making 10,000, 100,000 a month. I'm like, what? Selling digital products? I'm like, what? So seeing this and experiencing it and watching, and mind you, it wasn't just her. It was Six Figure Chick. It was Ashley Ann. It was, I've physically met at least 10, 20 women over the last few years that make anywhere from 500 a month to 50,000. I met a couple ladies making 50 and up. And so it was just like, what the heck, seeing that. I never had dreams of doing that myself. I didn't even know it was possible. But once I found out it was possible, it was like, oh shit, I can make $20,000 in a month. I can make what? Oh my God, like, let's go. So once I seen that, it was like, oh snap. But I will say that it can be hard being around people who don't know that that's possible. So when you're around people who don't know and you're trying to be hyped, like, I can make this, they're like, what? Oh, no, I don't. Yeah, you should just get a job. What? No, I just gotta have some discipline and I could do this. Like, I can really do this. So seeing that and experiencing that, it's like, okay, yeah, the negativity can come in and can live. That's why I say having a poverty mindset or being around people who have that poverty mindset can literally attach onto you like a parasite and have you back into the wormhole of nothingness. So it's like, you gotta be so careful of who you have in your circle, who you're listening to, just stuff on a daily basis, what you're listening to. Shit, even the TV shows, you gotta make sure that these not poverty-minded TV shows that we listening to in order to be able to ensure that we're doing and receiving the necessary mind nutrition that we need, because this world is not set up for us to win. It's set up for us to get caught up in the trap of nothingness, sitting on our couches, going to work every day, going to work. So I feel like this is the trap, right? You get up in the morning and then you don't do anything else. You just get up, you shower, you go to work, you go to work, You come home, you take care, you cook dinner, and of course you can have kids and stuff in that, but this is like the routine every single day. You come home, you cook dinner, you shower, you do it again, and there's no feeding involved. And when I say no feeding involved, I mean you get up, read your Bible, or read your read something that's going to feed your soul. You meditate, you pray, then you might get up and do some exercise. Then you might eat some good food, so it's like, even if you have that, it still has to be like some passion for your life. There was a time where I never traveled. I never went anywhere. You know what I mean? So for somebody else, they'd be like, oh my God, you mean you never went nowhere? And it was like, no, because I was happy in my life. You know what I'm saying? I was happy in my backyard. It was like a vacation, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I had my vegetables. I had a pool. We had, that was a vacation, So, and I was happy in my life. So I didn't necessarily need to go somewhere else to find something, So even if you don't, I don't feel like we have to go somewhere to necessarily go somewhere. Yeah, my nutrition. Look, and I say it to myself, like when I'm watching things, I'll be like, is this feeding you? Like for me, I like watching things that make me laugh, right? I don't always like watching the hood stuff because it can have that parasite type of, I know it's good, watching, what's that new show that 50 Cent said he's about to cancel, the BMF show, right? It's fun to watch. It's enticing, but like, why do I want to watch about some old drug dealers from back in the day who went to jail? All these people died. Like, why? Why do I feel the need to want to put that into my mind? I physically lived that. I had a dad who was a heroin addict my whole life. It was in and out of jail. I lived it. Why do I want to watch that shit on TV? I want to watch somebody else living out their dreams, but it ain't even nothing that's going to feed my soul. No, I don't want to do that no more, So I know it's good. I'm glad it's canceled because I was definitely waiting on the sideline like, oh, we about to watch it. But yeah, we have to be careful what we're doing on a daily basis, and we wonder if we're wondering why we're not achieving our goals. We just kind of got to look in the mirror. I was watching something the other day and was talking about like going in the mirror and like talking good to yourself, going in there and being like, I am the bomb. I'm the best photographer there is. Like, I learn every day. I am the best at learning. I learn and I retain this information so that I can be effective and efficient in my daily life. Like if we're feeding, or we have to feed ourselves. I know we were talking recently about, some people saying that, you shouldn't always pat yourself on the back, and who else is going to do it for us? You have, like, when Snoop Dogg got on that stage and said, I want to thank myself. Yeah, because guess what? He woke himself up every day. He got up and did it. Even if he had an assistant and his wife, he could have still chose not to do none of that shit. He literally could have chose, like, I ain't doing none of this. Listen, yes, I you know what? I had something happen this weekend, right? And I reacted crazy. And it wasn't necessarily the people's actions, right? I don't like to be... I didn't say anything. Oh, Lord. Live said I got 2 restrictions from something. I don't know what I said. What did I say? Good Lord. Uncomfortable. It says uncomfortable. It may find uncomfortable related good. I don't know what the heck that I said. Oh, I probably was talking of. Oh, I forget. I always talking about that damn show is what got us dinged. Talking about that same show got us dinged. But anyway, yup, that's what it was. Yup. Every time I get excited or talk about that stuff, I always get dinged. So I be forgetting. But yeah, so yeah, we got to be careful what we putting in our mind, you know, and we got to be mindful that, oh, that's what I was saying about feelings, right? And I don't like being ignored. And the other day, it was just like I text somebody and then nobody's responding, and it's like all you got to do is say okay or no, I'm, you know, whatever, right? And I've learned that over this weekend, that I have to control my emotions when something isn't done that I don't like, or I know, yeah, we definitely got to come up with Morse code. If I don't like, or I realize it don't got nothing to do with them. It's all me. It's all me on how I choose to react, you know? And like, did they need to respond when I said respond? Like, but having that self-assessment and being able to simmer in that and know, like, yo, Mecca, you was wrong. Like, you didn't need to act like that. And then when I had the conversation with them, they were like, yeah, why? I was like, I don't like being ignored. Like, you know, I don't like being ignored. But they like I was busy. Like, I can't, just because you want me to respond when you want me to respond. Like, Mecca, that ain't how it works. That's not how life works. You know what I'm saying? My thing was like, oh, but you didn't even respond at all. You didn't even return my call. If I wouldn't have sent you the message to say, hey, what's going on? And you would have never responded. Like, so it's just like, I realized that either I can choose to accept someone's behavior in that, or I can choose to remove myself from the situation. Because if it don't feel good, but I do know that it's my action, it's my responsibility to control my emotions. That's it. It is definitely my responsibility. And it's my responsibility to control my actions, my emotions, my discipline. Like, all of it is up to us. So when people say, oh, you can't pat yourself on the back, why not? Because I have to make it happen every fucking day. You know? On my hike, yeah, what did you say? On my hike. Oh, look. And even that. And then I'm gonna be out, y'all. Even that, doing that hike was so scary. Joining this, like, being an ambassador, right, for We Hike the Hill, I felt joining that was like a piece. I read a poem a while ago. It said, you can have all the parts of you and you can do those things, right? So I have the business part of me. I have the Rich Girl Meditation part of me, where I can meditate and talk about abundance and, you know, living this good dream life. And then I have the business side, right? So doing this and getting back and having both of them, because, you know, people are like, oh, you need to just focus on one thing. I don't want to focus on one thing. I tried that. I didn't like it. So I'm doing what I want to do, right? So I have Rich Girl Meditation, and I'm slowly bringing that back out, right? Or just getting back into the motions of things, because I've been distracted, right? So now that I'm bringing back out, I figure I connect with an organization, and then I'll be able to do my hikes, do my meditation, just get back into nature. And so planning the hike, it was like, I'm going to do it. Oh my God, how am I going? You know, I'm like, what date am I going to do? I don't want to overlap somebody's event that's happening. You know, how am I going to do it? So I finally was just like, get on Eventbrite. I was like, oh shit. Look, I feel like that. And you know what's crazy? God has been putting videos in front of me that talk about multi-passions and how to be multi-passionate and to block out that world. It's like, no, you got to focus on one thing. Do this every day like this. I don't want, that's not how my brain works. You know, now granted, yes, I should have SOPs and the way I, welcome clients in and the way I do this and the way somebody goes, and like there is a process for some things that should be one way. But I feel like my mind is doing it all, so I'm doing it all. And it's just one thing at a time. I'm not overwhelming myself no more. I'm not like, oh, I got to learn it right now. Oh my God. Oh, I got to be the best at it right now. I'm not doing that no more. It's just like we're going to take our time and we're going to learn it at the pace that it needs to learn. If God wants me staying up till 5 o'clock in the morning to learn it and not get no sleep, then guess what? I'll have the power to stay up till 5 o'clock in the morning and not get no sleep. And God will give me all the energy, I have done it. I don't know if y'all have had those moments where you be like, oh yeah, I can't stop. I've had those moments and I just be like, I go in and then it'd be like, you look at the time, be like, oh my God, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I can't believe it. Then it's 5 o'clock in the morning. You be like, oh shit, I ain't go to sleep. And you be like, oh, well, I'm just going to stay up all day because I got to get stuff done. You know what I'm saying? So we have those moments and I don't think we should beat ourselves up and be like, you be tired by the end of the day. And guess what? You go to sleep and you get it. You might have to take a little extra vitamins because depending on how old you are, you'll be like, you know what? I'm tired. I need 2 days. I need to get it together for 2 days. But I think at the end of the day, I feel like sometimes, you might have to lose a little sleep to get it done, and I'm proud of you for sticking it out. Mind of me matters. Look, you said that was you. What? Hey, Money Matters, D. Yeah. So I feel like it comes those times where we just got to get it done. And that's where I'm at. Yesterday I was like, I've been being hard on myself about getting these videos done, but I realized my sound was jacked up. So today I'm going to do it again. I'm going to start it again and we're going to, I'm just not going to be hard on myself no more. Like, it's just like, just do it. You know what I mean? And that's it. It's all about just execution this year, just accomplishing our goals. I keep saying I want to buy a big whiteboard, but I need something that's just in front of me. I need to see my goals, see everything that I want to accomplish, what I've done, what I need to get done. I just need it to be on this big right in front of me, not like I gotta pull up a screen or something. So I think I'm gonna go on today. I'm gonna go look on Facebook Marketplace and see if I can find this big whiteboard because I need something that's rolling. I could roll it around. I could have it in front of me and take it upstairs if I need to. Because I feel like I just need something that's in front of me. This is where I sit down every day, and if I could see it, okay, boom, we want to get that book out, we want to do this. I don't know. I feel like I just need to see it in front of me. I don't know about y'all. Do y'all use one of those? What do you call them? How do you see your goals? I would love to know that. Right now I have this in front of my desk, right? Lose 20 pounds, make 250K, travel with family. So that's some of my goals, right? But I want to be able to say, okay, what things do I need to be doing every single day to get me to that, making that 250K goal, right? What do I need to start doing so that I can travel with my family more? We need to plan an event or plan a trip. What's that going to look like? Get up every day and exercise. What's that look like? So yeah, I'm gonna look on getting that and wait till y'all see me with my whiteboard. We're going to have all our goals on there. We're going to knock these things out this year. I can't wait to be able to I don't say I can't wait, but it's just, I think the feeling of being able to accomplish goals, to be able to, and the more and more I see women on our hike this weekend, right? Look, we need to look. Look, we got to look at it. We got to look at our goals. Look, but yesterday there was a lady on our hike. She was in her 60s, right? And mind you, we couldn't do the whole hike because I wasn't aware that she was going to be 60, and so we had to, like, cut the hike a little shorter, right? But for me, having women around me who are in their 60s and 70s, with me being 46, right? And seeing this lady this morning who was like, she was in her 80s and her arms was like, she was doing these exercises and her arms was like muscular, and it was just like, man, like, at the end of the day, these are the women that I see as goals, women that are doing things, that are out here, not just sitting in the house, just withering away. Like, so for me, that's what I strive to be. That's what I strive. Those are the women who I'm inspired by. For a long time, I've always been one. People ask me like, well, when you ever, if you've ever been like, somebody will be like, well, who's your role model, or who's, I never really had role models. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I don't know that person, and so I know that what they show me could be only just a tad bit of who they are. So I don't necessarily like saying that I have role models because I don't know them personally. And in order for me to say that a person is my role model, I got to know you personally. And I know that people aren't perfect, right? I get that. But I got to know that you're living and embodying what I want to embody, not just showing me what you want me to see, and I don't want that for myself or for anybody else. Like, so having a role model. So when I thought of role models, I thought of women like Claire Huxtable, right? And I use her because, again, that was an actress. So I like Phylicia Rashad, right? But I don't know Phylicia Rashad. I just like the actress, the character that she played in that movie. Now, I do love her. I love her grace and the way she shows up in public, but I don't know her personally to be like, she's my role model. You know what I'm saying? Claire Huxtable, I felt like I knew her personally, even though that was a character, if that makes sense, right? So recently, I have been just seeing women loving on women that I feel are people that I want to have a role model after, right? So my friend's grandma, she's like in her 70s or 80s, and this lady, when we was in Puerto Rico, she was out with us. She's walking, and I kept saying, "Abuela, you okay?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm okay. I'm out." She's just like, she's riding with us, when we went night kayaking. At first she was scared to do it, but we encouraged her and she did it. Like, so seeing women like this, those are my role models. Women that are fighting through their fears and going out here and accomplishing shit. Women who are starting new journeys and going out here and executing and doing stuff. That is who I inspire to be and want to continue to aspire to be my whole life. I don't never want to just give up and just be like, oh no, this is what it is. No, I don't care. Even if I'm pushing my wheelchair, guess what? I'm gonna have a little clip on the side of the wheelchair. It's gonna have a light. It's gonna be the camera. We're gonna be vlogging. Like, listen, this is what, I don't know if y'all see these ladies, but lately I've even been seeing ladies on YouTube 50 and up, 60 and up. I think one lady that I be watching sometimes, I think she's like in her 70s. So it's like, if they can execute, we can freaking execute too. We can execute too. And if this is the world that we're becoming, there's something that we all have that we can teach somebody. So now why not create the channel? Why not create the space where you can be you, the space where you can share your advice, your information, your whatever. I was so mad yesterday, right? I made this chicken pot pie with the red lobster biscuits, right? So I was talking to C the chef on the phone the other day when I was thinking about making it, right? And then I started looking through videos and I'm like, oh, I don't have that, and I don't have that. I'm like, but I know how to cook, right? So even though I didn't have all the stuff to make it like other people made it, well, my shit still came came out good. And I hooked it up, you know? So, hey, thank you for the me. So I hooked it up, you know, and I didn't allow me not technically having the stuff that I needed, but I did it. And I was like, after I got done, I was like, damn, I should have recorded that, because the way it was made was delicious. The way it came out was beautiful. Okay, what time? Yes, I can meet you tonight. Yes, what time, coach? What time, coach? Yeah, so that's it I just wanted to come on and finish up what we started this morning, since our internet was jacked up. But I'm so happy we are on TTNYT. And now today, just pray for me that I can go out here and get these videos done, because at the end of the day, the only way I'm going to get better, and the only way people are going to see me getting better, is if I go out here and create these videos. So I'm gonna go out here and oh, you made a live in. All right, I'll make sure I register and lock it in. I will do that. But yeah, that's it. That's all. I hope that you enjoy readings chapters 10 and 11 of Eat That Frog. And remember that we are going to be reading this book come next month. So grab that. But we only got 10 more chapters to go. And as you see, I'm trying to knock these chapters out. So we may try to do 2 chapters in a day, since they're little short chapters, and so we can knock this out, and then that way we can finish the book and we can go the rest of the month getting our tasks done, and come next month we can go ahead and get started on our next book. So I hope that you had a wonderful day or a wonderful time over here with me. If we need to jump on a call, make sure you text me, or send me a DM or something, because I'm not sure if I gave you my new number yet. And then, yeah, it's your girl Mecca Joy. I'll see y'all tomorrow at 11:11. All right, have a good day, and thank you for being here.